Something truly rare and outstanding has happened on Race Department over the course of this weekend, thanks to user Rainmaker87. No fewer than 40 tracks have been updated for or converted to Assetto Corsa and have appeared on RD over about a 48-hour period. It's an embarrassment of riches for anyone who plays the title, especially those fans of classic track layouts, but along with the classics came many modern and very well done tracks, including an excellent version of Detroit Belle Isle. So let's start there. I'm going to drive 10 or so tracks from Rainmaker, and this is only about a quarter of what we all now get to enjoy. Links are in the description if you want to check out the collection, so let's go. First up, we have Detroit Belle Isle. As you can see, this is a very, very tight street circuit here. Just walls on the side rather than runoff areas. So you really got to watch yourself here. But great track detail, nice bumpy track surface. Kind of reminds you of Sebring in some ways. It's so bumpy. But it does give you a little reprieve here down this back straight. Nice wide flat run into this right-hander here. And that will probably be your most likely overtaking opportunity. See that active fountain in the background, very cool detail. And just a couple more turns to go here. Gotta be careful getting on the power with it being this bumpy. And there we are with a lap of Detroit Belle Isle. Alright, we're now going back in time here. You're on board the GT40 at the 1960s layout of Laguna Seca. This is an extremely good track. I didn't know anything about the old school layouts of Laguna Seca, and it's remarkable. The hardest part is going to be keeping this GT40 planted. That rear end just wants to kick out, and sadly I found out it was a car born without brakes. This thing, the brakes are just a mild suggestion. The car kind of stops, slows if it wants to. Did you recognize that corner? Should. And then you will definitely recognize this one. Yeah, how about putting a tree at the apex of the blind corner? Ambulance right there in front of us, keeping things safe. I'm sure that ambulance driver had a cigarette hanging out of the side of his mouth at all times. Just one more corner to go here at this old layout. What a track. It is awesome. I highly, highly recommend this one. 1960s Laguna Seca. Alright, so time now for a lesser known circuit. This one's probably best suited to road cars, but you can bring whatever you want here. Very bumpy, very tight technical course. Big car like this Celine S7 has a bit of a tough time navigating some of the corners, especially with this bumpy road surface, but yeah, you get one hooked up and it feels great. Especially about 2/3 of the way through this lap, it really picks up steam and just beautiful flow to the circuit. Ooh, there we go. There's that bumpiness. Made me lose front traction there. Tight section here. Gotta watch myself. And this will be the end of the tight corners, and then we got a few more corners to go before the end of the lap. Yeah, love it. What a great course. And then this long, medium tightness hairpin. Trying to hook up traction as soon as possible, get on the start-finish straight. But yeah, what a fun track. Time to get as old school can get. I don't mean in terms of years, I just mean in terms of the sort of style of track we're dealing with here. Look at all the spectators, just exactly trackside, not behind any wall or anything, just taking in some racing at point blank range, why not? And all the trees trackside, it's okay though, they have hay bales, they thought of everything. Couldn't be any more safe, really. And then on top of that, make it narrow. And on top of that, let's throw in some really funky camber. That camber was good, but look at this camber. Why not feed the car to the dangerous outside of the track? Yeah, let's do that. So, again, back to the strange camber here, but thankfully it's not a particularly long lap, just adventurous when you're in there, but you take out anything old school, especially some old school muscle like this, and it's a guaranteed good time. Really great course, but scary. If you're a fan of 90s IndyCar, and in all honesty you should be, you're going to really like this one. This is the 1998 layout of Long Beach. Has a lot in common in some spots with what you might be used to from Long Beach, but certainly not all. So, you know, a lot of us like the first Formula USA DLC for Automobilista 2. This is kind of similar. Well, this is very similar, obviously, except this is the period authentic layout of Long Beach. But that old school IndyCar vibe we got from the Racing USA DLC is here in the Formula NA 99, obviously. And this is a fun way to test it out here at 1998 Long Beach. Such a huge challenge to muscle this massively powerful IndyCar around here, but a comparatively simple, short lap here at Long Beach, but amazing detail, looks great, lots of fun. There are some track layouts that stand up nicely to time, and I would say this 1960s version of Mexico is absolutely one of them. Absolutely beautiful course design. Lots of nice, long, flat out straights, but also sort of in the middle section it gets tight and winding, and really challenges the handling of the car and the abilities of the driver. We're on board the 1967 Ferrari 312. Amazing car, and perfectly suited to this track. Yeah, this is really one of the best cars best tracks I will drive today. Among the best cars, too. But yeah, nice flat layout here. So you can see everything coming. Whoops, bad shift there. You can see everything coming nicely, and you know, get yourself set up for the corner in a less than forgiving car, let's say. Absolutely gorgeous. What an amazing track. And just a couple more corners to go here. Trying to get a good launch onto this mini straightaway here. Up to 4th gear just for a little bit. Then we're down into 3rd gear for the final corner. But yeah, great layout, and I mean, this is suited to just about any car you could want, particularly old school race cars. Huge, huge fun here in classic Mexico. You will probably recognize this one. Still relevant to this day. This is Adelaide 2011, but the layout, I believe, is identical to what it would be today. And yeah, just a really nice job here. Lots of bright colors. This version of Adelaide, ooh, still got the bumpiness in full effect. Beautiful sunset here in South Australia. Yeah, that winding, claustrophobic feeling you get from Adelaide, very much present here. I think those colors actually add to that effect. It's just an assault on your senses in terms of visuals here. So you're never not aware that you're close to a wall. And then, of course, we have this famous right-hander here. Very, very difficult to navigate in some cars. I'm going to have to lift in this Praga. And I managed to hold on to it only barely. No ABS in this Praga, so I got to be careful with my braking here. I managed to execute it well. There's a few more corners to go here. Yeah, this feels like the ideal layout of Adelaide. Love these colors. The final corner here. So great for GT racing of any type, really. This is Adelaide. I mentioned earlier that there was a course, can't remember which one it was now, that was really for road cars, and I would say this one is pretty close to this Eastern Creek. I'm here in the Zonda R, which is not a road car, but it kind of is. It's a track day car. But yeah, tight winding circuit here, fairly narrow. I would say this is a fun place to take track toys. I'm thinking the Radical would be good here too. SR3 XXR, that is, from United Racing Design. But yeah, constant challenge here at Eastern Creek. A bit of elevation change, nothing too spooky, but just enough to kind of keep you on your toes. But yeah, you're kind of one corner into the next. There's not, other than the start-finish straight, there's not much reprieve at all. And freshly paved, I'm guessing, so there's not a lot of track texture here. So it's kind of unfortunate. You'd hope to feel a bit more, but overall, very nicely done track. Ooh, just lost it there. Overcooked the corner. You can hear those tires just screeching trying to get around that corner. And then a nice fast corner into a slow corner here. Difficult to navigate, but I managed to survive that time. And then we blast onto the start-finish straight here. And that's a lap of Eastern Creek as we rip down the start-finish straight. This Zonda R is amazing. 250 kilometers an hour. All right. you've ever thought to yourself that you really want to learn how to drive these old school race cars in Assetto Corsa, but you don't have the track on which to do so, say hello to Prince George 1965. It's nice and wide comparatively to a lot of old school tracks. So, you know, good track to learn, but also if you're a veteran and, you know, want to learn how to push the cars, this is a perfect place to do it. It's even a little jump that we're going to go over in a second. So, you know, depending on how hard you want to push the car, there's a lot on offer here at Prince George 1965. And it's a lot of fun. It's simple in terms of its design and, you know, trackside details compared to a lot that we've dealt with today. But again, no less fun, no less good for a sort of training facility to learn how to better handle these cars. And by the way, if you are learning how to drive these cars, I don't think you can do much better than this RSS 1970. I forgot how much I love this car. It really is everything an old school race car should be. Driving into the sunset here in South Africa. And big lock there entering the final corner, but that's fine. And yeah, very simple layout overall. Won't take you long to master it. And again, perfect practice and training facility for old school race cars. So this one is called Solitude, and it can be that if you want. It's just a nice sort of hilly forested stroll, or you can take an old school car like this Lotus 49 and make some serious noise and break all concept of solitude. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. By the way, if you're looking for the sounds of this car, if it sounds different than your Lotus 49, check RaceDepartment. SHR Modding has released a sound mod for this. But back to the track, it's a brilliant romp through, like I said, a hilly forested area here. Keeps you on your toes for pretty much the whole lap. There's not a lot of reprieve. There is one long straightaway, but yeah, other than that, you're go. And you combine that with an H pattern shifter, and it is old school racing, old school cruising, old school driving. Just perfection. It's so good. You know, like the last Prince George track we looked at, there's not a huge amount of detailing here that's really going to blow anyone's mind. But for what it is, it's yeah, just a great layout. Perfect flow, especially you'll see in the last sort of third of the lap. It's just yeah, an absolutely brilliant, just left into right, into left, into right flow. And yeah, just awesome. You just kind of dial in, you get into a zone with this, and yeah, just loving life here at Solitude. This is a very tricky braking zone, though, I will warn you. Depending on the car, you may have to start braking well in advance of that shell sign. You can see my last lap there where I put the car. Those skid marks tell the full story. And this is getting into, actually we're not quite in the section I was talking about with the, you know, quick left and right. But we will be there momentarily. Fishermen out enjoying this view. Could you imagine fishing? Just a Lotus 49 tears by. I mean, look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? Simple for what it is. Gorgeous, challenging, fun, enjoyable in every way, except when the car almost goes over sideways. around, I should say. And yeah, I love to see some of your lap times here. According to Rainmaker, the best time in this car is a 3:30, I think. I'm on pace for a 3:46, so lots of improvement to be had. We're just about done our lap, unfortunately, which means we're just about done this video. But thank you so much for watching, and thank you so incredibly much to Rainmaker for giving us this just absolute mind-blowing pack of cars. Really brilliant, some great work here, and sure to keep many of us busy for hours on end. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks again to Rainmaker.